con los terroristas.
Hi there guys, so I decided to do a book review for one of Nicholas Sparks' good books, Dear John. For me it's just okay, it's not one of the best books I've read in the past, but good enough to hold you tight. This book is a 5.5 and it has 13 points, easy right? So let me tell you a little bit about it. So there's this young man named John. John still lives with his father. John soon decides to do something in his life, so he joins the U.S. Army. John is gone for a while, but when he comes back he meets this young pretty girl named Savannah. They both become friends and sooner more than just friends. John is needed back to the army, and during his time gone, Savannah and John write letters. John comes back and their relationship just wasn't the same no more, but they ended up fixing it. After a while, a tragedy happens. The Twin Towers are crashed by planes on September 11th. John feels it is his job to re-enlist and go help, so he leaves. Savannah is left alone again. After a while, Savannah falls in love with another man, which his name was Tim. Savannah and Tim get married. John comes back from war. When he arrives, he couldn't find Savannah, so he goes to find her, but then he realized that Savannah was married. Later on, Savannah heads to the hospital because Tim got cancer. John goes too to see if he's okay, and that's when he sees Savannah. They both end up going to Savannah's place to relax, but when he arrives at Savannah's place, his stepbrother comes, Savannah's brother-in-law comes in and tells her that Tim just got worse. Savannah rushes back to the hospital, and while John's still there, he decides to go back home. John is needed back. John knew it's better for him to leave her alone, so the next day John sold his dad's collection to help out John and Savannah. And the next morning John went to the airport, and that's when Savannah came to say goodbye and thanked John for the money. Savannah told John that Tim was still in the hospital. John left. After 1 year, he comes back home and finds out that Tim was all better and that Savannah was still herself. One day, John and Savannah met again, and Savannah tried to get with John, but John knew she couldn't love him when knowing that she was married to Tim. So John told Savannah to not get near him or to never see him. At the end, Tim thinks that Savannah was happy with John, and that he didn't mind seeing them together. I wonder what will happen to both of them. That's for me to know, and that's for you to find out. That's all I'm giving you to now, because I don't want to be a spoiler and give out every details of this book. I recommend you to read this book from cover to cover and enjoy this book, Dear John.